Hello and welcome to our viewers on ASI News broadcast, bringing you the latest top news for today. Pentagon must slash personnel to handle future threats, experts tell lawmakers. The Department of Defense must shed thousands of military, civilian, and contracted workers, or it will not be able to handle increasing security threats under either sequestration or higher spending levels, a panel of defense budget experts told the House Armed Services Committee Wednesday. A panel of national security experts, including Harrison, was asked last year to game the Pentagon's budget under sequestration and with higher levels of spending to recommend cuts that would best position the Pentagon to meet current and future security needs. Several of the panel members said that under either scenario, personnel has to be cut. The Pentagon, in its fiscal 2016 budget request, said it would cut its 749,000-strong civilian workforce by 2,000 positions. It also seeks to cut the Army by 15,000. The panel also recommended conducting a base closure round, changing medical and retirement benefits for military personnel, and cutting or reducing weapon systems. All panelists recommended retiring the A-10, Harrison said. Other potential cuts were to reduce the Air Force purchase of F-35 Joint Strike Fighters. Representative Adam Smith of Washington, the top Democrat on the committee, noted that the panel has to be willing to cut systems or personnel in their districts. The panel assessed the budget options last spring, just as Russia was launching its aggressive attacks on Crimea and the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria was beginning its violent run through northern Iraq. Both actions represent an evolving kind of threat that was not clear the Defense Department is adequately postured to defend against, subconventional creeping aggression, the panel and committee members said. Those actions require more, quote, boots on the ground to be able to provide low-end deterrence, end quote. The panel advised small groups of special forces to counter rising threats and not the large-scale ground operations that marked the last decade. But the panel also recommended investing in anti-access capabilities, which, quote, provide umbrellas for revisionist states to conduct creeping aggression, end quote, said Jim Thomas, an expert from the Center for Strategic and Budgetary Assessments. Ship-killing missile aces third flight test. The long-range anti-ship missile was released from an Air Force B-1B bomber and navigated a series of low-altitude waypoints while detecting and avoiding an object in its flight pattern. An adaptation of the Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff missile, this ship killer is a game-changer. It flies at subsonic speeds and relies on stealth to defeat jammers and elude intercept missiles. It's intended as a replacement for the Harpoon missile, which can't be redirected in flight. In comparison, the LRASM has a 1,000-pound warhead, twice the size of the Harpoon's, and its 200-mile range leaves the 75-mile Harpoon in the dust. Developed by the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency in collaboration with the Navy and Air Force, the missile can be launched from ships or aircraft and aims to counter growing maritime threats from sophisticated adversaries. In 2013, a prototype homed in on a moving ship target and tore through its stacked metal containers for a direct hit. The new missile, which can also be fired from a vertical launch system tube, can be shot in fire-and-forget mode, or it can be directed to a particular area where the new missile will find the target on its own. It also can be sent new directions in flight, much like a tactical Tomahawk cruise missile. The program, which is funded through 2016, is scheduled to transfer to the Navy in fiscal 2016 according to DARPA records. Production is slated to begin the following year. But LRASM hasn't scored a kill just yet. The Navy in fiscal 2017 will launch a competition for a long-term offensive anti-surface warfare capability and seeks a multiple launch platform capability with initial operational capability in 2024. The Naval Strike Missile is an early contender. The Navy on September 23rd test-fired the missile from the littoral combat ship Coronado. The missile scored a direct hit on a moving target vessel 100 nautical miles away. The missile is a sea skimmer that relies on passive homing and terminal maneuvering to avoid air defense systems. It can maneuver to defeat interceptors and autonomously pick parts of the ship to strike. It boasts a range between 100 miles. Different versions can be launched by ships, aircraft, and ground forces. The company is even developing a submarine-launched variant. The NSM, manufactured by the Norwegian defense contractor Kongsberg, is already in use in Norway and Poland. The manufacturer promotes it as the only fifth-generation long-range precision strike missile in existence. Defense contractor Raytheon announced at the 2014 Farnborough International Air Show that it was teaming up with Kongsberg to be the U.S. partner for the missile. Those were the latest news brought to you from the American Studies Institute from Tehran. You can also check our website at www.asipress.us. Thanks for watching.